somebody bought her because they wanted her full. So they got her full and they dumped her at the auction.
If they can go to the training barn, I'm getting a Dr. Pepper.
I'd be worried about, I mean, just to be honest, the hip conformation. Any movement hurts that, not just a leg.
She'd been in a field for about 6, 7, 10 years, and nobody even knew about her.
We are headed up to quarantine to bring everybody down from the February auction. We've got all our stuff to do. We're gonna revaccinate everyone, deworm them, and just do weight checks to make sure everyone's healthy. Got the coffee.
So right now we are fixing to start running horses through, get them reweighed, get them revaccinated, and get them moved down.
So this is his vaccines, 5-way, and then he gets also ivermectin for his dewormer for coming out of quarantine. So Rolo is going down to our general population, and he will be going with our other mini hinnies and mini horses. She had lice really bad. Because she had such thick hair and everything, and so because of the lice, all of her hair is coming out and with spring shedding. So we treated the lice, but now she has to grow back a whole coat. But now that the lice is actually dead, she should heal up pretty well. So since we like to rear with oral medications, we just have to be a little more creative. Ah! Here you go. I don't have any more bad stuff. This is Charleston. He's literally the best boy in the whole world. He has officially gained over 100 pounds. So he came in at 735 and he is weighing in at 843 today. And you're doing great, Bubba. So this is Dove. This is the mare that likes to hold her back leg really wonky. And one of the ones that when we first brought them in for intake decided to break through our gate and run free in the 10-acre pasture, so she's still doing great. So we just got done going through all the horses and getting them out of quarantine. We had the A-team today. I'm recovering from the flu. We got Corey and Sailor recovering from some sort of virus. And we had one healthy worker today, Kim, so thank goodness for her on that. But everyone is doing great. We see a lot of horses that have put on a ton of weight and everything. They're looking really great. We do have a couple on the trailer, ones that are just not as easy to walk down or one that's really completely blind. So those ones we're gonna go ahead and trailer down just so we don't have to stress them with having to run down with everybody.
All right, so I'm gonna see what's going on in here.
Hey, we just got some mail, so I'm kind of sorting it out and putting it back here for the package opening or media room or wherever it goes.
Awesome. Hey, Kimberly.
Hello.
What's going on?
I'm answering emails.
Lovely. Okay, all right. Just checking what's going on in the office right now.
Now I'm going back to get other stuff done.
Nice.
Well, we got a package here and I'm wondering what it is, so I'm opening it.
Okay, this is
like
exciting.
Christmas, you know, especially when no one's here and I get to open it. It is a, it's a lazy bracket.
Hey, you know what? That's important. We love it.
I mean, yes, it is important, but not for me. I thought it was something for me.
Oh, got it. Who else can I spy on? Oh, it's Megan. I'm spying on you.
You're spying.
How are you? Good. What's going on today?
Well, I was trying to catch up on these calls that I have missed and the emails.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of emails going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. Let's see what else outside. Keaton, what's going on today?
Just got a bunch of new horses down here for quarantine. I'm in the feeding them up right now. And then got the tractor guys here fixing up the pastures. They're all muddy and torn up by these guys, so they're getting fixed up today.
All right.
That's about it, really.
Cool. Sounds like a typical Monday.
Oh yeah.
All right. So there are some trucks here that are putting new dirt down, which is super exciting.
We were scheduled, the media team, Tawnee and I, and Caleb and Shelby and Haley Macy, we were all scheduled to fly out really early this morning out of Nashville. We're starting the mentoring and season 3 of Horse Rescue Heroes, and we had to leave at about 4:15 is when we had to wake up this morning. I woke up at 4:11, checked my text messages, and Frontier had canceled our flight at 3 o'clock in the morning. Rebooked out of another airport for this afternoon, so we weren't even supposed to be here this morning. It was going to be a John and Isabella week. Flying out this afternoon to start the filming of Horse Rescue Heroes Season 3. We're really excited about it. We're going to the sunny state of Florida. We're hoping to do a lot of good this year with Horse Rescue Heroes, and we can't wait to see how it turns out.
I just got a message that the neighbor wants to come pick up Donner. So I just gotta get him ready. The neighbor just came to pick up Donner and she's taking him home.
All right, y'all, Buddy's adopters are here to pick him up. Buddy just got adopted and he is on his way to his new home, and I think our second adopters are here.
So this is Coco. She got to us, she was pretty much unhandled. I don't know if you heard her story, but she's actually from California.
Okay.
And somebody bought her because they wanted her foal. So they got her foal and they dumped her at the auction. So you have some training experience?
I adopted a Mustang, it'll be a year ago now, wild, out of the BLM program. And she's had a couple rides on her now, and it's been going really good.
They're really cool horses if you...
They really are.
If you know how to work with them properly.
Mustangs are kind of in my heart a little bit.
Do you think you're gonna adopt her?
Yeah, I think I'd like to.
All right.
Thank you.
It is a little bittersweet because I really like Coco, but I know that this guy is going to take great care of her. He seems like he's very knowledgeable, especially with Mustangs. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the updates for her.
They're taking Coco.
Okay, how exciting.
So excited.
Well, thank you. You have a good trip back.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I came out to see Charleston and Coco, the Mustang. I really enjoyed it. I was really looking forward to meeting the Mustang specifically, and she was very sweet, so I really enjoyed it. So I'll be coming back in a week, and I can't wait to get back here and pick her up.
So we just got 2 surrenders in. Garrick dropped them off, but they're older horses. They're both Pasafinos. This one here, I'm a little worried about its hind end. So we're gonna get the vet out to take a look to see what the best option is for this one. And then this one over here, it looks like it has some founder going on in the front feet, but they did keep up with the Farrier care, so hopefully it's not as bad as it looks. But either way, we'll have the vet out next week and get them cleared and see what they need to have happen with him.
Charleston is a super sweet gelding that came to us through the February auction, and it looks like a family is here to see him, so hopefully he gets adopted.
That's him right there. He's just hanging out. So he is gonna be a little bit of a rehab project also.
He needs lots of groceries.
Yeah, he still needs quite a bit, but I've been told by the vet tech that he has gained over 100 pounds since he's been here.
What do you think?
I think he belongs at home.
They're taking Charleston.
In the folder, we have your microchip information for you to register the horse to. And here you go.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, guys. So I came out here today to adopt Charleston, who's a 4-year-old quarter horse who needs just a little bit of TLC and love to get some weight back on him, and he'll be a great horse.
My name is Shelby Blood, and I'm the fundraising specialist here at Horse Plus. I write fundraising ads that go out daily, and basically it's just fundraising for the upcoming auctions that we are going to, and it's also writing just random ads from pictures of our horses and horses that we rescued previously. Most every day I get an adoption photo that comes in from our media team, and I get to post that on Facebook, which is really great to see all the horses that are getting adopted. It makes me really happy. So another job that I have here when I'm not working at my desk is I go on the filming trips with the media team where we film horse rescue heroes in different states, and which that is really fun. I really enjoy that, and I get to be Tawnee and Caleb's assistant. So my favorite kind of horse that we get here at Horse Plus is the ponies. They are just absolutely adorable, and I love seeing them come in.
What's happening here?
Rollo's coming to visit the office.
We're office training Rollo. Well, he might be adopted by Dawn by the end of this.
Huh?
Rollo.
Sometimes.
Today I'm kind of straightening things up, reorganizing some lumber and stuff so that I can finish out the stalls. I've got steel up on some of them and plywood around the bottoms. I did hang one of the big 4-foot by 7-foot doors over here just to see how things were going to work out with it, and I like how it's going to work out on that. We are still waiting on an electrician. Supposed to be one out either today or next week. I'm going to probably finish out the stalls this week and get all the framing done so I can start putting up the steel and the rest of the self-waterers on everything. I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping to finish this summer.
All right, it is Farrier Day, and Garrick is back with us. So he's got a long list of horses, and we're making our way through them.
And a lot of problems with their feet comes from being unhealthy. You know, they're lacking something. And it comes out in their feet, and you start seeing bad feet. And they're lacking some kind of mineral or nutrient.
Yeah, so this is just a therapeutic conditioner. Help with giving extra nutrients to the hoof, especially this time of year when we go from wet to dry to wet to dry. It's really bad on the hooves. So just giving them extra stuff to help with the cracking and the thin walls and everything.
So far, so good. But we've got mystery coming up, and everything remains a mystery.
So this is Mystery. This is a Tennessee walking horse gelding that we got in last month. We think that he was probably big leg just based on how his feet were and how they were trimmed, but Garrick's been doing a really good job just reshaping the hoof and everything. So like Garrick just said, he's had a lot of hoof growth. We're doing another trim and his feet are looking a lot better and healthy.
Little horse got solid feet on him, I give him that.
We don't see super healthy feet that often here, so it's very exciting when we do.
So, One of my comments was that I wasn't so cocky. I'm not cocky, I'm confident. You know, it's a big difference in that. Cocky will get you hurt. Confidence will keep you safe.
They can go to the training barn. I'm getting a Dr. Pepper. All right, who's next?
Sometimes you just gotta get down here with them. That's founder coming out in the toes. It looks like a wood grain. That's founder. Get some x-rays, see how bad it is. Uh-oh, lost my microphone. We'll be right back after these messages.
This donkey knows karate. So today went pretty well.
It did.
We were able to do 7 head and everybody behaved for the most part.
It did. That doesn't happen often with us. We only had to give a little bit of sedation to one of them, and everyone else stood like champs.
Worked out pretty good. So kind of just see what the cell produces and what we get in from that and see what happens next week.
So we got the vet coming out, so I'm gonna grab the x-ray machine and bring it over to the 10-stall intake barn, and we're gonna get some x-rays done today.
Breeza was an older owner surrender who we think has some pretty painful joint issues. So we have Dr. Duncan here to kind of check out, is that something that can be managed, or is she looking at lifelong pain at this point?
Just looking for any apparent signs of lameness at a walk, looking at her conformation. It really doesn't look that bad at all.
Maybe just keep on listening
Yeah.
and see how she does.
Yeah.
This is Cece. Cece came with Breeza as owner surrender the other day. There's 2 older horses. We're getting checked out to see what their best options are.
Yeah. All of that hurts. So her P3, if you compare it to us, the tip of your finger, has had significant changes, and it is rotated straight down. So she's had significant changes due to chronic lameness problems. Very mild discharge, but it looks okay. I mean, he's not squinty and the eye's not super red. Yeah. Yep. I mean, what I can see looks good. Gave him xylazine IV, or in the vein, for sedation, just so we can keep him calm for his x-ray. This is soft tissue, but his bone, I mean, looks great. So it's just soft tissue.
So this is BB. She's an older mare that came in the February auction. We started noticing that she kind of had some depth perception issues, so we had Dr. Duncan check her out. Looks like she's got some cataracts on both sides.
She's had an eyelid laceration at some point. On this eye. So she's missing her eyelashes over here. I'd be worried about, I mean, just be honest, the hip conformation. It doesn't move, yeah. Her hip doesn't move, I mean. Like it's old. Like they don't shift, yeah.
Her right hip sits lower than her left hip, and even when she walks, it doesn't correct. So Dr. Duncan's just kind of testing her spine and everything and see if there's any other sources of pain.
Okay, she's painful all along her spine, but just arthritically with her whole spine. I mean, any movement hurts that. And she's lived a long life. Hi, I'm Dr. Casey Duncan out here at Horse Plus today to do some exams for some new horses they got in, some medical rechecks for a couple of horses that had been seen by Dr. Scott recently.
Appreciate them coming out here, especially when Doc can't be.
I believe I will be back out with you next Wednesday, if not next Tuesday. So hopefully I will see y'all soon.
Jenna, what do you know about this horse?
So I believe what happened was it was at a house where the owner died, and it went to an estate sale, and when the realtor got there, there was a surprise that no one was ready for, and that was that there was a horse abandoned on the property.
So we're gonna get her offloaded here soon, and we're gonna give her a quick evaluation.
First exam, it looks like a little underweight, but a lot better than I would have expected just being out in a field in the winter, and definitely possible founder in the front hooves. So still quite unsure what this might turn into, but at least she's here and she's safe.
See if she's gated. I was thinking walker. You want to take wager on this?
A little bit.
50 cents.
50 cents? I want a whole dollar. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident in my decision that she's not gated.
She's going for the big guns. We'll do $1, yeah.
Her name is Reba. My wife runs a rescue, and they had called her to come and get her. That she had been in a field for about 6, 7, 10 years, and nobody even knew about her. The person that had her had passed away. She was just roaming in this pasture field, 60-some acres. When we got her from the people and loaded her, and my wife tried to rehome her with no success. And that's why we brought her here, is maybe that you all could find her a home.
I'm filling out the owner surrender form, and it tells you to put a breed, so I'm gonna put thoroughbred.
I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. Thank you so much for all your support and donations. It means so much. And now a message from Tawnee and Jason.
A lot of people wonder about the staff we have here at our organization. We have an amazing team that always cares for the animals, and the animals are our top priority. But we also have a media team, an outside team, an inside team. There's a lot of people here, but I think there's a misconception that everyone from last year is gone. And that's not true. These awesome folks behind me, they were all here last year. This is everyone that's been with our organization since Thanksgiving last year, and we have added some amazing people to our team, which you will be meeting through the upcoming episodes. And it's really exciting to see the growth of Horse Plus. We were able to help over 1,500 horses last year. And this year we're hoping to hit 2,000, and we can do that with your support and with the awesome people we have here at our facility.
But aren't there 3 people that we keep getting comments over and over and over about?
There are 3 people that were in our team last year that are no longer in our team.
Our Facebook fans know a lot more about what happened with the 3 employees that we had issues with last year, but you want to talk to our YouTube audience a little bit more about that?
So there were 3 individuals that we did have to let go, but it was for reasons that kept the horses in best interest. Like we have to put the animals' best interest and the organization's mission at the forefront.
So specifically, we're talking about Sarah and Jesse and Maddie.
Mm-hmm. All 3 of these individuals, they became very close with a local horse trader who openly does not like our organization. She's on the basher sites. One day I was on my way back to the shelter, and I drove past the horse trader's place, and I saw an emaciated horse.
How skinny is this horse? I mean,
very, very skinny, like body score of 1, maybe 2, and it was right on the side of the road in like a really big pasture with a bunch of other horses, and I was like, that's not a good thing. When you have a really skinny horse, they need to be in a separate area where they can get food, not in a great big area. And I knew it was going to get reported. It's right on the road. And so I knew Sarah was friends with them. So when I got back to the shelter, I asked Sarah about it, and she's like, oh, it's a horse they got from the auction. They were trying to fix it up to sell it. It's, she gave some excuses for it. And then later that day, I guess the horse trader had called Sarah and was upset because the sheriff did go out to do a report on that horse. Somebody did the right thing. They saw a skinny horse. They reported. Sarah came and talked to me later, and she was very accusatory that she's like, did you report that horse? And I'm like, no, I haven't reported that horse. And she's like, well, somebody did, and the police are there. And she was very defensive about that emaciated horse getting reported, which is not the mission of our organization. If a horse needs help, we need to be able to report. And if you're trying to do good for a horse and you get reported, you explain to the officers, I just got this horse, here's the vet information, all this stuff.
So that was one red flag that really stood out to me is, you know, even if I had have got to the shelter and made that report right off the bat, there was nothing wrong with me doing that. You know, that's why we have law enforcement, is to check up on cases. You know, that just leads us right into the next person, which is Jessie. And I know a lot of people really, really miss her. And
she was really good with horses.
She was excellent with horses. And I've seen horse traders and kill buyers that are excellent with horses too. Just because somebody's excellent with horses doesn't mean their philosophy is in line with our organization and our mission. We'd had some issues. I mean, just, you know, I'd ask her, you know, as the auction, we had logo jackets, we were filming, I asked her to put a jacket on, and she didn't want to.
Not only did she not want to, she flat out refused.
She flat out refused, and we were filming, and it's like,
we needed her help there at the auction.
We needed her help, and she didn't want to, and yeah.
So Jessie's out waiting in the truck. When we got here, I had told everyone we were going to wear jackets the morning of that have our logo on them. She refused, said she didn't feel comfortable. I said, there's nobody here. We're filming. We need to wear jackets. And she said, I've made compromises. I don't want to wear a jacket that has a logo on it here at the auction. I don't feel safe. There's nobody here. And so I told her to wait in the truck. It's just part of rescuing. There's nobody here, it's fine to wear a jacket, but she chose not to. So she's out waiting in the truck. It's not a very good team, and if there actually was a concern of her being at the auction, and she's that worried, she shouldn't go on auction rescues. And I did sit down with her after the auction, and I talked to her, and she's like, I've made compromises, and that's one I wasn't going to compromise on. And it was just wearing a logo jacket, and there was nobody at the auction. It wasn't a safety issue. It was just her pushing back. But, you know, regardless of all that, one of our adopters went to an auction, and she had seen Maddie and Jessie previously there. And they thought, you know, she thought they were there representing our organization and trying to get some horses. They didn't realize that they were there with a horse trader, buying horses to trade with that trader or assisting that trader. And then really, she went back to the auction, and this is where it's just really, really sad. And we had let Jessie go at this point because of the conflict of interest and everything. So the adopter goes to rescue a horse. She particularly tries to find horses that are blind at auction, give them sanctuary. So she was at the auction, and she saw this horse. It was skinny, and it wasn't emaciated, but it was a skinny horse, and it was super sick, snot coming out of its nose. And that's what horse traders do. If they can't flip a horse, they'll take him back to the auction, you know, sometimes underweight, sick. And in this case, the adopter was mortified when she saw Jessie riding the sick, skinny horse through the auction. And then that takes us to the next person.
Well, we'd actually like to play some of the interview we had of that adopter.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So she came here to the organization, and she wanted to say what she had seen.
It was heavy on her mind. Like, she was devastated that somebody who worked at a humane society for horses would do that to a horse.
I'm here with Susanna, and she's adopted several horses from us, and there was a concerning thing that you saw that didn't make any sense, and you went to the internet, and I thought you did a really good job posting your confusion.
Yes.
And the confusion kind of went viral a little bit.
When I went to that particular auction, I had recognized some of the people from Horse Plus. Originally, the first time I had saw them, I thought Horse Plus was there, you know, because that's what you think, being a part of the public. You think, oh, Horse Plus is here, they're gonna pull horses too. So for a person like me, then I think, oh, well then, you know, I don't have as much to do here. And that's what I initially thought. On that particular sale, I started noticing a difference that wasn't there before. They had arrived with a horse trader, and that said horse trader had brought in a horse that was very, very thin, snot pouring out of their nose. But the part that wasn't great was the fact that that particular former Horse Plus employee rode the horse through that sale in that condition, which for me, you know, then you sit there as a person of the public thinking, wait a second, Horse Plus is here. They've come with a horse trader and now they're riding a horse that's got snot pouring out of her nose. I mean, that's,
like, we go to auctions.
Make that make sense.
Yeah,
That's not, yeah.
We go to auctions to rescue horses,
right.
and you're seeing people that you know worked at Horse Plus at auctions, and they're riding a sick, skinny horse through, and nothing's making sense.
I'm little old me, and I just kind of thought that when I posted what I posted, I never imagined that it would get so shared. I've never had that happen before, so there's a first for everything. But then because it got so many shares, it went left really quickly. And obviously I never wanted anyone to get fired. I never wanted to create so much of an uproar and drama. Really what I wanted was for someone to do something for that horse. It was wrong and it shouldn't have been. And you know, and then seeing that former employee working here and doing such good work, it was just shocking.
She was
really
here at your
shocking.
adoption appointment. So
You
had just seen her at your adoption appointment.
Yes.
And she's representing Horse Plus. And then the next time you see her, she's at an auction riding a skinny horse through. You know, after that came to light, Maddie also was defending the horse traders' actions.
She left a glowing review.
That they find wonderful homes for horses, and our organization is rescuing horses from auction, and here's the horse trader taking horses to auction, and Maddie saying, well, they find wonderful homes for horses. It's not okay. It was a very sad situation, and you know, we talked with Maddie, and she's like, well, she doesn't take that many horses to the auction. It's just a small percentage.
Like, that's the only time Alex has ever brought horses to a sale like that.
But that auctions, low-end auctions, are the beginning of the slaughter pipeline. You can't control who takes horses or who buys horses and ships them, or you know, maybe one guy buys them one week and they're back the next when the kill buyer's there. You don't take 6 skinny horses to auction and ride them through. You're not a good horse owner if you do that.
You don't take any horse to
auction.
auction.
You don't take any horse to auction. But the thing of, oh, well, I was just trying to ride it, or, you know, Jesse was just trying to ride it through to get a better price for it. If you have a sick horse, you get the vet and you keep that horse quarantined until that horse is healthy.
I understand why it looks bad, but at the same time, like, Alex isn't like a horse trader like everyone's making her out to seem. Like, she buys horses, she never sells them for.
And I hear you fighting for her, but the part that makes me kind of sad is that I didn't hear you fighting for Horse Plus.
And every horse we get from auction just about becomes sick because of people like that bringing sick horses to auctions. And you know, it's a horrible, horrible situation. So there's just absolutely no excuse, and we couldn't have team members here with that.
If you're okay with that, as far as taking sick horses to auction and stuff, and supporting that, we might not be the best fit of an organization to work for.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm supporting her bringing sick horses to an auction, but she got into a situation that she, like, everything like that. Like, she does place horses into great homes. She always has to, like, everything like that.
But you can't have it both though, Maddie. Do you understand
but
what
those horses were not something that were like, they needed more time than what she could give them.
Was it ever a conversation that they could come here if rather than going to the auction?
She didn't. She brought them to the sale, but I wasn't there like when she was going to the sale, so I didn't know what horses or anything like that she was bringing to a sale.
So we did let them all go. We tried to do it quietly, but you know, there was a lot of behind the scenes things that were going on, and we do feel at this point it is fair for all of our followers, Facebook, YouTube, all our episodes, to know why some of the individuals aren't here. And we have a lot of people here from, you know, previous last year, and we've added a lot of great people to our organization.
Well, a little behind the scenes too, one of them filed for unemployment while they were still an employee here.
Yeah.
We won't name them.
We won't name them, but one of them, you know, we just can't have people like that here at our organization. So one of them filed for unemployment stated that there wasn't enough work here at the organization. That's not true. All of us are working like crazy because there's so many horses that need help. So she collected a number of checks. We did have to, go through the court process with that as employers, and it was found that it was fraudulent. It was not, she was still an employee when she filed for it, and there definitely was enough work, and we had to show the write-ups and all that. So ultimately, it was found to be unemployment fraud. After the 3 had been let go, one of our supporters found that one of the horses that they had adopted, one of the 3 individuals had adopted, is just horrific. It took that horse to an auction.
Well, she put herself out there publicly advertising. I think we can name her.
I mean, there was videos of her, the auction was showing that this person, has this horse for sale. So she took one of our adopted horses to an auction. She has a first right of refusal agreement with us that if she couldn't keep the horse, it was to come back to us. If you truly care about horses and you truly care about a horse so much that you wanted to adopt it, you don't take that horse to an auction and not tell anyone about its feet problems. It was never mentioned in the auction that this horse had a history of hoof problems. And we're talking laminitis founder issues. We had to get that horse back because if she got out in the world and got on a lush green pasture like most horses do in Tennessee, she would founder very, very quickly. We had to let these individuals go. I think the unemployment fraud and taking the horse that was adopted from us and breaking the contract, the adoption contract, hopefully that will show you why they're no longer here.
And Sarah resigned.
Sarah resigned. The other 2, we had to let them go. And when we're saying Sarah, there's 2 Sarahs. One was going to college, and she missed being here so much. She figured out how to do online classes, and now she is back part-time, and we love her. She was the one usually behind the camera.
Hey y'all, it's Sarah, and I am out here in the 10-stall barn again, and I want to show y'all something.
And now she's not behind the camera so much, unless she's in the supporter group. She gives updates in there. So I hope that explains some of this for you all. And if you appreciated this video, let us know in the comments below.